Hey guys, welcome to Pajama Let's Play. I'm Michelle, host of Pajama Let's Play, where we talk all things Kingdom Hearts. Today, I'm going to be talking about Maleficent, because her entire timeline is so confusing, and it seems entirely intentional. But before we get into all that, make sure to like, share, subscribe, ring the bell, you can follow me on Twitch, check out my Patreon, all of those links are in the description box down below. I will be talking about Maleficent's journey through time, so there will be spoilers covered here. This video started as my way of working through my questions to understand this whole thing better. So don't worry, it's clearly confusing by design, and I will do my best to make sense of it all. We first meet Maleficent in Kingdom Hearts 1, and it picks up from the Sleeping Beauty feature film. What we're not aware of yet is that she had been in cahoots with Xehanort, and he had explained how he traveled through time to continue his mission. Either he told her this to encourage her to do the same, or she asked him a bunch of questions that he was just willing to answer. So, Ansem, Seeker of Darkness, strikes Maleficent through the heart, allowing the heart to separate from the body and go backwards in time. Since it was Ansem, Seeker of Darkness, this must have been intentional. Riku didn't have that knowledge about time travel, so had he been the one to strike her, he would have been much sloppier and likely would have caused both the heart and the body to perish, preventing time travel. But why would Ansem, Seeker of Darkness, do that? If I remember correctly, we don't actually see Xehanort and Maleficent interact with each other, so we're going to have to analyze his interactions with everyone else. To do that, let's first finish summarizing Maleficent's journey. With her heart now separated from her body, she is able to travel backwards in time, and, I assume, attempts to return to the Enchanted Dominion to prevent Sora and Philip from foiling her plans. However, darkness pulls her into the datascape where the dandelions are unaware of their circumstances. I've touched on this in the video linked here, where I explain the following scene from Darkness's perspective. So let's watch it again, but this time we'll focus on Maleficent. Here is her meeting Darkness for the first time. From there, Darkness confirms that she was pulled there and that they're trying to keep some future event a secret. Maleficent, however, is solely focused on getting her kingdom back. Darkness later decides to help her get back to her own timeline via the Ark. So we know Darkness helps her so that she can form memories of it, allowing it to travel into the future. I'm not sure if this is about one iteration of Darkness or if it applies to all the Darknesses, but it seems odd. As long as the Master of Masters is there, that should be enough to allow Darkness to travel through time. So why is Maleficent so necessary? I could go on a whole rant about that, but I am going to wait until the final update to Union Cross to make an actual video about it, just in case there's more information given. Anyway, Maleficent uses the Ark as instructed and makes it back to Kingdom Hearts 2 in this scene.
Oh no, the memories are coming back. What'll we do? Oh, what'll we do?
Goodness me. Oh, whatever shall we do? Perhaps we should tell Master Yen Sid.
Yes, that's what we must do. Hurry.
Maleficent!
She is now back in her proper timeline and ready to form an empire with a stronger vengeance than ever. She starts with trying to control the cornerstone of light within Disney Castle in this scene.
I'm here on a property venture. I want this castle for my own. However, it's a bit too bright for what I have in mind. I suppose I'll just have to fill every room with my personal touch of darkness.
better stop right now if you know what's good for you.
Ooh, how frightening. Very well, I'll stop. Just as soon as the castle belongs to me.
Somewhere along her travels, she discovers Hollow Bastion, which I assume she's completely unaware of Radiant Garden. Again, after the final Union Cross update, we may have more information to say whether or not she did. There are clearly some missing conversations between Maleficent and Darkness, and I'm hoping we get some of those in April. For now, we'll continue to assume that Radiant Garden is a well-guarded secret and she is completely unaware. So, she has now decided that Hollow Bastion is a castle worthy of her Maleficentness and attempts to take it. She shifts focus, however, when she learns about Kingdom Hearts. Let's take a look at that real quick.
Kingdom Hearts belongs to me. The heart of all kingdoms. The heart of all that lives. A dominion fit to be called Kingdom Hearts must be my dominion.
She needs to have the Heartless eliminated from the castle, so she helps Sora do that by playing interference for him. At this point, these clips have also demonstrated that Maleficent's sole focus is having a kingdom to rule. That's what makes her the perfect pawn for Xehanort. He doesn't care about all that because he's going to reset the worlds anyway. I believe he promised her whatever she wanted to get her to accept the role of distracting the Guardians of Light for Xehanort while he continues to recruit the members he needs for Organization 13. From there, we next see her in this scene with Pete.
Are you sure this box with the Book of Prophecies is for reals? I think that dingbat in black was pulling your leg.
Be quiet and dig, you imbecile. I must find that Book of Prophecies and make it my own. His was the only clue we have. We cannot afford to dismiss it without a thorough investigation.
She has now, seemingly, let go of the idea of her own kingdom. Or did she? This video here explains what I believe is within the box. What we do know about the box is it contains something essential to the Master of Masters' grand plan, and Maleficent believes it's the Book of Prophecies. Regardless of what's in it, for Maleficent to switch focus like that tells me the box is essential to forming a new Kingdom Hearts, which I discuss in this video. Sorry for how many cards there are in one part, but it all connects, and it's easier to break it down by aspect for everyone to investigate individually and allow for a better picture of the plot of this entire series. Then, at the end of Kingdom Hearts 3, we see this moment in the epilogue. And that's it. That's all we know about Maleficent for the time being. So what is her goal? It's always been to achieve a dominion she feels is worthy of her. When you put it all together with the videos I linked earlier, it seems the Master of Masters and Maleficent share an end goal: create a new Kingdom Hearts of their own design to rule as they please. I don't believe for a second that Maleficent will actually succeed in that, but she's too proud and greedy to settle for anything less than the most extravagant option available. This unrealistic goal will ensure she remains a pawn for the Master of Masters for the remainder of the series, because all he has to do is offer to fulfill her dreams to keep her on the hook, and she doesn't seem to consider that these people are lying to her and using her. But I suppose that's the fatal flaw of all Disney villains. Too much greed, pride, and the other 7 deadly sins to actually realize their dreams. So what do you think? Is Maleficent being used by these people? Is her goal something greater than obtaining a kingdom of her own? Tell me all about your thoughts in the comments down below. Also, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, follow me on Twitch, check out my Patreon. All of the links are in the description box down below. Until next time.